is the Global Tiger Day. The day is celebrated every year on the 29th of July as a way to raise awareness about the magnificent but endangered big cat. The day was founded in 2010 when the 13 tiger range countries came together to create T×2, the global goal to double the number of wild tigers by 2022, which is this year. Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. The U.S. Assistant Secretary of State Donald Lu to call on the Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs today. Experts suggest sensitive approach on foreign interest in Nepal. Probe committee formed to probe former Finance Minister divided on investigation procedures, set to furnish separate reports to House Speaker today. Chinese President Xi Jinping and US President Biden hold telephone conversation lasting over 2 hours. Beijing warns US against playing with fire over Taiwan. And Spain's Alcaraz storms into Croatia Open quarterfinals. Musetti stunned by qualifier and fellow Italian Cecchinato. U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for South and Central Asian Affairs Donald Lu arrived in Nepal yesterday on a 2-day official visit. Lu, whose earlier visit to Nepal was much publicized as it paved way to the endorsement of the MCC Nepal Compact, is set to hold parleys with Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs today. While in Nepal, Lu will hand over the U.S. Secretary of State's Award for Corporate Excellence, ACE, to Purna, a U.S. manufacturing company in Nepal that promotes ethnicity-based manufacturing by empowering traditionally marginalized people and survivors of exploitation. The visit is also seen with interest as it comes close in the heels of the recent Nepal visit by head of the International Liaison Department of Chinese Communist Party, Liu Jianchao. The top U.S. official is scheduled to call on Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuwa and Foreign Minister Narayan Khadka today. Lu will also meet with business, civil society and other government leaders. As per the U.S. Embassy in Nepal, Lu is here as part of his regular visit to the region. Meanwhile, Lu's visit to Nepal has been seen with interest as it has come just over a month after Nepal's decision to reject the American State Partnership Program or the SPP. Despite the state outright rejection, the government is yet to officially correspond with its American counterparts, clarifying Nepal's stance. Meanwhile, the visiting official's other commitments during his 2-day stay in Nepal has not been elaborated. It is speculated that MCC implementation and SPP endorsement will be the main issues of interest of the visit. This will be Lu's second visit to Nepal. Lu had last visited Nepal from 17th to 20th of November last year before the MCC Nepal Compact was ratified from the Parliament. The committee formed to probe into former Finance Minister Janardhan Sharma for allegations on including unauthorized individuals to tweak tax rates during budget development is set to submit its report to the Speaker of the House of Representatives today. However, in a dramatic development, the committee members have prepared separate reports in the absence of consensus. The probe committee found no substantial evidence against former Minister Sharma in the 17-day time period it was assigned. Instead, members in the committee from the opposition party questioned the investigation procedures. UML members of the committee have alleged the members from the ruling coalition of creating obstacles during the investigation process and are set to submit a separate report. The 11-member committee included 6 members from the ruling coalition, 4 from CPN-UML and 1 from Loktantrik Samajwadi Party. UML members had demanded investigating the CCTV footage of entry gates and call records of individuals drawn into the controversy, along with interrogating the involved security personnel. The separate reports are to be presented to the Speaker of the House of Representatives today. The government that was unable to supply chemical fertilizers during planting season has said it will address the issue at the earliest. The Ministry of Agriculture has said that 30,000 tons of fertilizers procured from global tender has begun arriving. According to Joint Secretary Rajendra Mishra, around 8,000 tons of fertilizers had arrived Birgunj yesterday. Government officials have assured that around 60,000 tons procured by Agriculture Service Supply Agency and Salt Trading Corporation will arrive by September. However, the fertilizer supply from India as per the government-to-government agreement is still likely to take till October to materialize due to lengthy official procedures. The government has been largely criticized for failing to provide fertilizers to farmers on time. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we have asked local residents in several provinces how do they see the government delay in providing fertilizers to the farmers. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
सरकारको निकम्मा अवस्था
अभिभावकत्व विहीन हो
सरकार पनि भोगले मर्ने हामी पनि भोगले मर्ने
सरकारको गैरजिम्मेवारीपूर्ण व्यवहार हो
एकदम नलायक सरकार हो
नभएमा चाहिँ त्यो खेती चाहिँ उपलब्ध हुन सक्दैन
सरकारले प्राङ्गाणिक मलमा जोड दिनुपर्छ
राजनीतिक तवरबाट विभिन्न कारणहरूबाट यो समाधान हुनुपर्छ
गए गुज्रेको सरकार
गतिलो सरकार आउनुपर्छ
दिन नसक्ने सरकार त ठिक भएन
यो सरकारको कमजोरी
यो सरासर राज्यको गल्ती हो
किसानले जुन सरकारले हेर्छ त्यो देशको सरकार हो
यस्तो सरकारलाई त अदम सरकार भनिन्छ नि
The Development and Technology Committee of the House of Representatives has directed the Nepal Telecom to prepare within 15 days a plan for service quality improvement. The meeting of the committee held yesterday had highlighted that the telecommunication service had been degrading. Members of the committee had criticized Nepal Telecom's weak mobile and internet services. In reply, Telecom manager Sunil Koirala said the reluctance on part of the public to allow the company to install small towers at their homes had affected service improvement. Secretary at the Ministry of Information and Technology, Baikunta Aryal, mentioned that the ministry is planning to procure smaller devices to address this issue. Nepal Telecom has been attributing old solar panels and lack of electricity as reasons behind problems in its service. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why has the service delivery quality of Nepal Telecom not improved? Your options are A. Policy level problems, B. Incompetent leadership, and C. Outdated technology. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It is now time for the sports news.
Sports News.
The Cricket Association of Nepal is in search of a new coach as former head coach Pubudu Dasanaike had resigned before his term had expired. The CAN is now in rush for appointment of a new coach as the national cricket team has a busy schedule of the ICC World Cricket League 2. Other coaches shortlisted by CAN during the appointment of Pubudu are among the preferences of the national cricket governing body, which is facing challenges surrounding budget crunch. Coach Dasanaike had resigned immediately after returning from the Scotland tour under the ICC World Cricket League 2 series. CAN is now in search of a new head coach. It has been learned that the association is likely to appoint one of the coaches from the previous shortlist. Despite the names yet to be made public, likely coaches include Lal Chand Rajput, Monty Desai and Apurva Desai. However, none of these coaches are prepared to take the job at the remuneration package offered by CAN, which had been paying $10,000 in monthly salary to Dasanaike. CAN has said that it would look for other coaches only if those from the previous shortlist reject its offer. CAN is also under pressure to appoint a new coach as Team Nepal have already received a proposal for a series by Kenya. Monty Desai and Apurva Desai have already worked as batting consultants in Nepal, while Lal Chand Rajput is a former Indian cricketer and boasts coaching experiences with India under-19 and Mumbai Indians of the Indian Premier League. He has also coached Zimbabwe and Afghanistan in the past. Team Nepal are under tremendous pressure in the remaining 16 matches of the ICC World Cricket League 2 to sustain their one-day international status. As Nepal had displayed poor performance in the past two tournaments, CAN has the responsibility of recruiting a capable coach to upgrade Nepal's performance. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look into the top stories one more time. U.S. Assistant Secretary of State Donald Lu to call on the Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs today. Experts suggest sensitive approach on foreign interest in Nepal. Special committee formed to probe former Finance Minister divided on investigation procedures, set to furnish separate reports to the House Speaker today. Chinese President Xi Jinping and US President Joe Biden hold telephone conversation lasting over 2 hours. Beijing warns US against playing with fire over Taiwan. And Spain's Alcaraz storms into Croatia Open quarterfinals. Musetti stunned by qualifier and fellow Italian Cecchinato. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin airs at 11 a.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.